Hello everyone, this is Miss Cat. I am back to show you guys how to attach the edge and crown buddy on customers who suffer from balding at the crown and balding at the perimeter, okay? So the unit that I recommend for this type of balding is the edge and crown buddy. I already have shown you guys how to attach the grip band. If you go to my Instagram page, The Weave Buddy on Instagram, at The Weave Buddy, you will see how I attach these units. If there is no braid up here, then you just start attaching where there are braids, okay? Now, when the customer has more balding than this, we're going into female pattern balding, severe female pattern balding. This is, beginning stages of female pattern balding, but then we have severe female pattern balding, and that one would be my female pattern buddy. That one I really do recommend you take my class, but this one still, if you're watching, learn, okay? So that you can get this unit for your customers, okay? The edge and crown buddy. I'm gonna take a wig net, okay? And just attach it, because these are pins, they get stuck. Hold on, okay, let me do this one more time. Because see, the customers don't have pins all up in their hair. But that's what I use to simulate braids. So here we go. All right. So the only thing I'm going to attach the net to is the back part of the grip band, okay? Just be real careful. And you start from the middle and work your way down to the middle of the back area, okay? I don't know how many of you have tried the Weave Buddy before, and then you want to get the extras, like the extra grip band and a little extra crown, but then you don't know what to do with the grip band. So here's your chance to learn, okay? So once I attach this net, because I've already attached the grip band, once you attach the net onto the grip band, then we're going to trim off the excess netting up here at the front and then continue to attach the Weave Buddy. Now, if you have extra, some people, they have long arms, so they can make long needle and thread. But even if you have extra, don't keep going upward. You're going to stop at the bottom here. Cierra la puerta, mija, por favor. Sí, gracias. Stop at the bottom. Because if you keep working your way up, you have potential bulking. You don't want that. So we're almost here, and we're going to stop right here, and then like this extra I could use to close this up. I'll do it later, but you don't have to get rid of it right away, because sometimes you can use it for other things. So I'm going to grab another needle and thread. I'm doing this fast, but if it were me, I would, on a customer, on a real customer, I would start at a corner, the knot, work up a little bit, and then get back. That way there's no knots right in the center here. But I did this kind of fastly. You know, it's just stuff that makes sense. You don't want to have a knot at the top of their head. The good part is that I remembered that. Okay, so we have to continue sewing downward. If any of you guys have considered taking my Weave Buddy Hero class for, you know, people who are trichologists, for people who are serious about non-surgical hair replacement, then the Weave Buddy Hero class is right up your alley. It definitely helps the stylist to protect their clients' hair and scalp while they are giving them treatments and growing their hair back. This really is a good go-to for that. You will see that it's like a little helmet of protection. So I'm going to go upward and just travel with my needle so that I can close this up. So let me go ahead and do a little knot here for that, and close up this little hole on the net, so then I can get ready to work with my edge and crown buddy. The knot's still open, but then that's why. Oh, look at that, it's still open. Okay. Do one more. So there's that. Okay. For those of you who would like to purchase an edge and crown buddy, they're usually for stylists who have taken my hero class. But since you are watching me, you're taking the time to watch me, I'm going to give you a code at the very end so that you can actually go to my website, and if you want to try the edge and crown buddy on your customers, you want to try it out before you commit to being a Weave Buddy Hero, then you'll be able to use the code that I give you. Go to my website and you'll be able to try out the edge and crown buddy. If you have any customers who have edge, okay, perimeter edge and crown balding, the edge and crown buddy is super, super fabulous for someone going through that type of hair loss. So here we go, guys. Are you guys ready? And if you have any questions, you know, make sure to tell me. I will definitely respond, okay? So you take it and you apply it from back to forward, okay? Make sure that the curvature, it goes towards the ears, okay? This is created to go around the ear, okay? Some people put it on backwards, but it won't fit right. Well, with this, you obviously, it's a little easier to tell because you have, you know, the crown goes here, but for people who only, you know, have the perimeter, they will put it on backwards sometimes. So please make sure, always follow the curvature goes around the ear, okay? And notice how, see, look, I'm going to show you. There's a grip underneath. So notice how this grip sticks on to, stays on to that grip, okay? It's really fabulous. Thank you for joining. Those of you who are joining me now, I am attaching the edge and crown buddy. So these are early stages right now, all we have so far. And I have done this in stages today. I showed you guys the braid patterns on my Instagram. So make sure you follow me on Instagram at The Weave Buddy. Okay, that I show you what my favorite braid patterns are, how to measure, the different types of weave buddies I have. I didn't show you all of them, but a lot of them. And I also showed you how I attach the grip band. And now I am attaching the edge and crown buddy. Okay, guys? So, how many of you would like to find out more information about becoming a Weave Buddy hero? Make sure that you go to my website. You can leave me your email or send me a personal message. I will answer you, okay? So the first thing I want to do is start, I always start, especially when I'm attaching the Weave Buddy, I always start at the crown. The crown has to be steady, because if the crown is not steady, everything else will move. You see what I mean? So it has to be steady. And I'm going to go ahead and start sewing at the crown. Now, she's balded up there, but what she does have, she has that grip band up there and the net. So I am going to attach it to whatever I can up here. I think I can reach, where's the grip? The grip band is to here, the lace. So I'm going to try to grab a little bit of that lace. And again, it's very important that the top is stable before you do any more attaching, that the top is stable. So right now I'm only going to work on this top and on the back part of the top. Now there's a little thing, what I like to call the slits. So there's a slit there. I'm going to close that slit up, okay? And the only time that I put my needles through the small holes is to close the slits. Everything else, I don't know if you noticed when I was stitching, I go through the lace and on the other side of the lace. I do not go through every little tiny hole. That would be ridiculous and crazy and take forever. Okay. So I'm just working on this crown. Want to make sure and see, I see the lace from the grip band. So I'm grabbing some of that lace. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and start preparing to close this little slit here. And when you see a slit, you close it through the little holes. Okay, that's where I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to go ahead and go to the other side. If you guys have questions, please ask me, because right now you have my undivided attention. Now I'm preparing another needle, guys. I don't have my needles prepared. Well, I did, but then I used them all up. So now I have to just kind of attach do more needles as I go. So I'm attaching my needle again. You're going to start watching as this starts molding to her scalp. It's the coolest thing. God is so good. He allowed me to have the visions to see how to design this weave buddy so that it can start, so that it can, like, as you're sewing, mold onto your customer's scalp. It's so crazy. It's all God. I don't take credit for that. You know, I see the vision, I saw the visions, I had the visions, and it was my job to try to bring it into the world, what God gave me in my visions. So see, as I'm going down, I'm going to close this slit. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wait right here, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that other side there's the same thing going on the other side. You know, haven't you ever noticed, like, when you do a closure, you kind of have to do it on both sides? That's what I'm doing here. What that does, it keeps it stable, and it doesn't drag it, like pull it over too much, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to sew this on this side and see if you guys could see it better here. Oh, let me move that. Thank you for the hearts, and I love you. Thank you. And then we're going to go ahead and see how the lace is kind of puffy. There's a technique, what I like to call gather. Just gather up that lace. Just make it nice and tidy. See that? Make it nice and tidy. And I'm moving my way downward. Okay? I want to make sure that you guys could see well. So any of you who have customers who have edge and crown damage, this is the beginning stages of female pattern. Not beginning, but kind of like an intermediate level. The edge and crown buddy is the way to go. And since you're watching this video, I'm going to give you a code so that you'll be able to go and get your edge and crown buddy so you can try it out on your customers. I'm closing this large slit. So every time you close the slit, remember you want to start it with from the little square to the little square. But other than that, you don't have to sew on all the little squares, okay? And you'll see what I mean in a second. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and slip in a protective paddle. This paddle is also going to be slipped under the grip band. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and start closing this large slit. See how I put my needle through the lace to the lace. Okay. I'm not putting it through the little squares. I don't want to work that hard. I mean, I'm a hard worker, but like, you seriously do not have to put it through the little squares until you get to the corner. See how I'm at the corner? So at the corners, yes, I do want to put the needle and thread through the corners, through the little squares. But other than that, you can go through the big squares or as I say, the top where the lace is and under where the lace is. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this needle and keep working on the other side so that it's even. You know, we want both sides to be even. Try to get this. Ooh, okay. back over here. This is where, you know, a lot of people say, what are those red things? These are called protective paddles, okay? And they actually come with every unit that I sell, okay? They're called the protective paddles. So I'm slipping it under the grip band. Okay. Whatever part that, you know, you want to remember, definitely take some screenshots. Also, I am not going to erase this because, you know, sometimes you have to give. And I do give a lot of myself, but I want to give this explanation, give this instructional, because there are a lot of people suffering from edge and crown damage, and I prefer you to be a Weave Buddy hero, to use the edge and crown buddy, but not everyone can afford my classes, and unfortunately my classes are very time consuming, and the product alone is very expensive, and then I have to leave my factory to give you all my undivided attention. So that's why my classes are a little pricey, but I am just wanting to share and show you guys how to use this edge and crown buddy. See how I was on the edges right here? So I sewed on the small. So I'm gonna go ahead and go take the needle back and close up that needle. Okay. My scissors. So far, I've got a really good balance of the Weave Buddy here in the front. I've got a really good balance. It's not going anywhere, okay? So far, so good. It didn't move or anything on me. Love it. So I'm gonna do a couple of more needles. Anyone who has a question, I want you to feel free to ask it. Please feel free to ask, because now's your chance. You have my attention. Okay, let me do a couple of needles. But girlfriends and boyfriends, we is getting down on some getting down right here right now. Okay, let me tell you. My workers are laughing because I'm being silly, but we are getting to the nitty-gritty of it, and I'm just straight out like, look, this is why it's so important to know what you're doing. You can get a nice, firm application without any bulging, a nice fit on your customers, okay? If you take my class, you're gonna get a lot out of it. Also, if you take my Weave Buddy Hero class, you're also going to be on my Weave Buddy Hero list. Eventually, very soon, I'm going to have all my heroes on my website. And I do post my heroes on my Instagram page and on my TikTok page. So here, real quick, I take that, now that it's stable, from left to right, now that it's stable, I just want to press down here, get a needle and thread in there, press this down, flat, 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 and sew that down like this, okay? That way that just does not move. Okay? And there's no point in saving that needle because I don't want you to get tempted and try to work your way up, because you never work your way, with the Weave Buddy, you never work upward, you always work downward. And that is what makes it flat. When you work upward, it crunches. When you work downward, it's flat. See the difference? Up, down, up, down. So you always want to work downward. As you are sewing, you want to work downward, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start another needle here on these edges. And do you see these guys? These are what I call the slits. You have seen them before on my instructional videos. They're called the slits. So as we're working down, we're going to be closing the slits, okay? Closing slits and just working downward. Also making sure that we sew it, attach it to the braids. Here's a slit. So what I want to do, every time there's a slit on that corner, I do want to close it up from square to square. Other than that, girl, ain't nobody got no time to be, putting that needle through every little tiny square. I hope you're feeling me on that. So here, the little square and the little square, close, and then putting the needle through through the lace on lace, okay? See that? Then we're gonna go ahead and continue to close the slits. When you close the slit, you close it on the little hole. And then you continue to put it through the big. Now, right now I'm feeling a little bit of tension there. That's because it's going through the grip band. That's a good thing. We want it to go through the grip band. It's just a little extra pressure. Here's another slit. Closing that up. Little hole to little hole. Okay? Don't lift up like I just did. Look at, I moved it. So, down, down, everything down. I'm still sewing, getting it. See, because the grip band is down there. So when I put that needle through there, I'm bringing it through that grip band. See that? We're almost done with that little side. Okay. How many of you who are watching has heard of the Weave Buddy before? How many of you have actually tried the Weave Buddy? Do some heart language up in there if you have. If you have used the Weave Buddy before, send me some little hearts. Send me some little love. And we're going to finish this side off here in the center. Remember, we do not want to, even if you have a lot left, you do not want it to keep sewing upward, because sewing upward causes bulkiness. We want to make sure it's flat, and the only way to make sure it's flat is to sew downward, okay? So we're sewing downward. This one is done, so I'm gonna get another needle and thread. Guys, I hope this is useful information to you. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and put in needle through the small hole and continue to flatten it and secure it onto the braids and onto the net. See that? Here is another slit, so I'm going to go ahead and take that needle, put it through the small holes. Do you notice a pattern how I only put the needle through the small holes when I'm closing slits or when I'm at a corner? Okay? Other than that, you don't need to be putting that needle through all those little tiny holes. See? Go. And because I'm working downward, it's getting nice and flat. Okay, another thing now, here's the grip band is here. So and there's no braid there, but I can attach it to the grip band. See? Another slit. I'm going to do one more knot there. It felt like a little loose. I'm continuing to attach it to the grip band. Okay. Oh, yay! Thank you for hearts. Chaka Khan. I love that name. Okay. We are working downward and continuing to close the slits. So this one is called the Edge and Crown Buddy, y'all. The Edge and Crown Buddy. This is for your customers who have, you know, intermediate stages of female pattern baldness. Now, if your customer has advanced stages of female pattern baldness, then you want to get the female pattern buddy. This one's the Edge and Crown Buddy. So it's not quite as advanced. And personally, at that point, I really recommend that you do take my Weave Buddy Hero class, because then I can show you how to do so much more, okay? I'm giving you a little taste of my advanced classes, but there is so much more. If you memorize this though, you'll be able to work on your customers who have, you know, beginning to intermediate stages of female pattern balding, and be able to protect their edges, fill in their edges, and protect their crown, the weak crown, okay? So the next step is that we want to sew that down, and then we'll be ready to close the front, and then we'll be doing a little bit of securing the front, all the front, okay? So let's just close this up and then we'll secure the front. Give me about a minute to do a couple more needles. Give me a moment here. Also, make sure that you go to my Instagram page at the Weave Buddy. Don't forget the, okay? At the Weave Buddy. And you will see where I showed people how to attach the grip band, and then different types of perimeter buddies, as well as how to measure the scalp. Okay? So make sure to go to my Instagram page and check it out. Okay, here we go. I'm back. So now what I want to do, and remember, everyone, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So I'm going to go ahead and start closing this up but I'm going to stop around here. Then I'm going to do it to that side. That keeps a nice balance without it, you know, bulging on you or moving. Also, by attaching this here, down here, it also helps. But so right now, I'm gathering again. I want to gather this lace. Because what I want to do is make sure that it starts form-fitting to your client's scalp. And that's what it does. It starts forming the shape of your client's shape. That's why the Weave Buddy design, I just thank and praise God for his visions every day and how he has allowed me to see further as to how to make the Weave Buddy more comfortable, fit better, more reliable. As the years has passed by, you know, the vision gets bigger. So I'm gonna stop right here and go to the other side. Go to that other side. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Are you a stylist or a wearer of the product, or you want to wear the product? If you're a stylist, definitely take advantage of this video, because girl, I don't be giving these out. But I just felt moved and compelled to do so today so that people can understand how important it is to, you know, take my class so you could do it right, so you can use, you know, apply these units right, and so you can, you know, help your customers the right way. Because so many people want to, like, they get so excited, they hear all the good stuff about the Weave Buddy, so they buy these units, and then the stylist didn't take the time to, or the money to invest in my class, or even when I used to give out the videos for free, they weren't even watching. They would watch first 5 minutes of it, and then you would get, like, you know, bulging and the Weave Buddy moving because it wasn't done right. When it's done right, as if you watch all the testimonials, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I don't have to try to prove it to you. It's been proven that it works. But you got to know how to do it right, you know? You have to apply it right. And once it's applied right, it works. And it does protect. It does stay in place. And it does help you fill in without any further damage to the customer's hair or scalp. Do you see how that is like molding into the shape of this? I just love watching. I cut my hair off. I used to wear it. Oh, girl. So, well, once you start growing your hair back, make sure to get another Weave Buddy. I'm sure it's cute. Cute. I love short little pixie styles. Okay. We're almost done with this back, ladies. See how I'm working downward? And as I work downward, like the kinks start being ironed out, you know. So again, when you have leftover thread, do not go upward. you always stop in the middle. Wherever you're at the bottom, stop in the middle. Don't keep going upward because you're going to cause a kink if you do. Okay? So now I still have this needle and thread over here. I'm going to go ahead and keep sewing that downward. And I want to go in here real quick. Let me pull this down. It's not elastic. I'm going to have to take another, I'm going to close this up and then take another needle and thread on this little area. And what I like to do to anything that's bulging is just make sure I gather it. But as far as this is concerned, this is nicely done. If you want to get really fancy, you know, gather these up to make them super flat. And I am going to do that because I have a little extra time. So I'm going to do that. The parts where it's a little extra fluffy, you can just flatten that up. Or not, because, you know, by the time you sew in your bundles of hair and all the stuff, you're not gonna see that little extra bubble there. But definitely I want to show you how to remove any bubble. My main focus is always to make sure that front is super flat, you know. But I'm going to go ahead and go in there and just remove anything that could be kind of bubbly by gathering. So I like to gather that net, the lace, because that helps in making it flatter. See, watch how that, gathering that lace onto the weave buddy. This makes it nice and flat. And there is more lace here, so just gathering that up. So see, it's not the weave buddy that's out of place or anything. It's just, you know, the lace. If you want to, you know, make it perfect, you can just gather it up. Now, because we're working across, and I have this extra thread, I am gonna bring it across and do a little bit more gathering here. I just don't like to take the extra thread and bring it upward from down to up. I like to work from up down to downward. Okay, that always keeps it nice and flat. But do you see, by gathering that lace, it's just super flat. And there you have it, guys. Now we're ready to work at the front. And then this one's almost pretty much ready for your sewing. There's some slits up at the front. Have to do a little needle attachment again. I'm going to do 2 needles here. This and this. So, sorry I took so long, guys. Here I go. So now we're at the front. And wherever you're sewing, make sure that you travel with your paddle, okay? Your protective paddle. I'm bringing in the needle and thread, not at the very, very front, because I don't like knots at the edges or at the top crown. So I brought in that needle and thread. Now I'm going to go ahead and close this slit. So the needle goes in through the little squares, like that. I'm going to do one more knot here. Boom, boom. And I'm just going to leave this needle right here because I want to keep using it. But I'm going to go to this side. Oh, guys, you better just watch this carefully, because this is some good stuff right here. All right, so let me go to the front here, close this slit. Okay, and now I want you guys to notice, let me close this little puffy. Now, I want you guys to notice that there's green. You can see the green through. Can you see that green? Okay, the grip band has some green on it because it allows you to be able to go in there and attach the weave buddy to the green without poking the customer, see? Now, it used to just be only the black grip band, but you know, because the weave buddy is black, it was hard to see, especially in this part. This part back here, it was so easy just to get in there. But here on this part, having that green there really helps. And I don't have my pliers with me, but I like the needle nose pliers, so that when you do get caught where it's a little tough to pull through, it's okay. I'm done with the front right now. When it's a little tough to pull through, the needle nose pliers just pulls it out for you real easy. So here's the layout. Okay. Let's finish the other side, which basically, we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. And we're gonna go ahead and grab some of this green so that it can be more attached to that weave buddy. The edges keeps it down better. See, a lot of people, they order the grip band, but because they don't take my classes, they don't really know how to attach it or what it's for. But it really does have a good purpose, guys. Okay, so now I've attached the green. I'm gonna go ahead and go back up real quick. All right, now we're getting down to some nitty gritty, y'all. This is getting some nitty gritty, okay? You ready for this? Okay, so now that we closed those, I can travel with my needle now because it's already been stitched, okay? And I'm gently traveling with it. I'm not like all like, you know. So here I go. I'm at the corner. I'm gonna go ahead and gather this lace here and bring it in. See that? Gather this lace about a 1/4 inch. Bring it in. I like to use my little index and my thumb to just kind of guide it. Okay? Grab it, gather it again. And one more time, just kind of pulling this lace in. Through here. And, well, I'm going to go back up and flatten this a little bit here. Boom, there we go. Okay, okay. See that? Okay, and now on this other side, I'll make sure. See, when this is super flat, then when you add your closure, that's nice and flat as well. So you want that. I'm doing one more needle, guys. Oh, I dropped it. One more needle. And then I'm going to show you guys what to do with the straps, because a lot of y'all don't been knowing what to do with them straps. So I'm going to show you. Okay? Well, once we, oops, let's go ahead and bring your protective paddle over. I'm going to go ahead and put the thread back in there. Okay? And just I'm gathering that lace. So it could be super fly, super flat. I can get silly sometimes, guys. Okay. Go. Oop. Bringing that lace down. Okay, you see how that flattens for you? You know, you have to use what you have as your tool. Don't let it get, don't make it to where it's in your way. It's all of it. It's there for you to help you in whichever way you want it to help you. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and flatten this, just because I just want that to be flat for when I do the closure. I just want that to be flat. I'm just going to go around with it. See that? Let's turn on this side. So, let's sew that down, the lace, real quick. And I didn't talk about the color spray or color foam for the lace on this video. But if you go to my other videos, you can see, I'm just going to secure this down a little bit more. You can hear me talking about the color spray or the color foam. And right now I can do a little bit of a shocker for you guys and show you as well. Okay? Because I want you to realize that a lot of people are like, well, you changed it. When that girl, it's my product and I can change it if I want to, but I always change it for the better, to better the Weave Buddy, not to make it worse. So if there's a change, it's because it's for the better. So what I was trying to say is that I did remove the skins that I used to call them the skins, the ones that were like a caramel color. I did remove those, but now it's even better because this lace, you can use your color spray or your color foam to create the color that you want. Now, you should do it before attaching the Weave Buddy, but I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna show you guys. And I'm going to add this protective towel here. Guys, let me look for my color spray. I like that better than the mousse. I do like the mousse, but I like the color spray better. Sometimes I leave it in my drawers where I do my classes. Let's see. So we're going to use the mousse, color mousse, okay? Because I can't find the color spray, which I love better. But so anyway, off of your customer, not on your customer, you're going to take one of your paddles, which hopefully you have like 20, and you're going to cut. You can cut it across this way, boom. Boom. Round off the edges just so it's not pokey. So now you have a good applicator for your mousse. Make sure that you also have a napkin. Oops. Come on, why isn't it not moussing? Skin tone. See, that's another reason why you don't want to put it on your customer. You want to already do it on the Weave Buddy, but I didn't. But I want to show you guys what that color does. On the lace. So you can make that lace a dark brown, a medium brown, a light brown, just depends on what you, and okay, that's good. Let's see, report, no. Let's see, verify, continue, refresh. Sorry guys, this is like making me verify. Sorry about that. Okay, so as you could see, now we have given it a color. Now usually, again, like I said, I like to do this on the Weave Buddy before it's on the customer, okay? Lastly, what we want to do, oh, you got a little bit on your face. Last thing to do is take the strands, okay? Everybody, take the strands and tie them behind, right where the occipital bone is. Make a nice firm bow. You're gonna remove that, so it's just, make sure it's firm. Because what you want to do is sew this down and sew the other side down, and that gives it a more sewn down feeling, even though, you know, it's not on her, it's not sewn onto her edges. it does give it a more sewn down feeling, okay? So let's go ahead and sew that down. And and that's it. And then once you sew those down, then you cut off at the end there. This is just your basic 1/4 inch elastic, so when you're ready, to redo, let me go ahead and switch this to here. When you're ready to redo your customer again, just sew on some more lace. Most of you have sewing machines. Just sew on some more elastic, 1/4 inch elastic to the little corner in there. You'll see where it's sewn. Just replace it. It's not a big deal. Like that. That. And go over here. I can't believe how people are not taking advantage of this installation. But hopefully people can come back to it. So, go ahead and sew down the other side. And this unit is going to be ready in a sec to rock and roll with your closure, your bundles, and your weave will last, depending on the fineness of your customer. You know how that goes. Anywhere from 6 to 10 weeks. Without embarrassing the customer and pulling back. Now, I just showed you a way to ensure that the Weave Buddy is applied properly. So hopefully you can go back and watch it again, because sometimes watching it once is certainly not enough, especially when it's a new thing to you. So go back and watch it, and please tell others about it. So here we go, and we're just gonna cut off the elastic in this corner, and ta-da! We have the Weave Buddy installed. We've got the grip band installed. We got the lace colored. Everything is ready to rock and roll. All right. Thanks for watching. Love you so much. Don't know how to stop this. Ha ha.